Screen recording in 3, 2, 1. Okay, that should be enough, right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Very first disclaimer, this is gonna be kinda longer-ish video because it's gonna be step by step how I edited this photo actually right here. I had a question on Instagram saying like, oh, could you show, you know, a full step-by-step how I adjusted everything, how I changed the sky and all that good stuff, because in the previous video I kind of only show different stages of the edit. So let's just jump into this. We're going to be using Lightroom and Photoshop, and this is the very beginning. This image here, right, what you see right here, nothing has done to this image right here. 1/40th of a second, ISO 5000, and this is taken at f2 with this Laowa manual lens. And the first thing I kind of liked to do before I start getting, you know, into changing sky and all that good stuff, we're gonna make this image look as a nice image before we go and, you know, try and manipulate some things in it. So we're just gonna, you know, the headlights are quite bright and we're gonna bring those down a little bit, and we pulled out some shadows, and we cranked up some clarity. We're gonna bang up some exposure as well, and at this stage it looks all nice and cool. It's really noisy because it's 5000 ISO. Obviously it's a Sony A7R3 file, which is for 5000 ISO. It looks really clean, so we're gonna do some noise reduction at around, I don't know, 35 or something. That looks much cleaner. The thing that I don't like personally is the headlights being kind of yellowish, so we're just gonna go to hue and we're gonna look for yellow orange slider that we can toggle. Sorry, we're gonna go to, yeah, we can actually probably do it with hue. No, we're not gonna do it. We're going to go to saturation. We're gonna bring down the yellows quite a bit, and we're gonna bring down a little bit of oranges as well. It's just kind of gonna make the lights look whiter. Maybe you can crank up some luminance a little bit, something like that, something along those lines. And because now I know that we're gonna change in the sky, which by the way is this sky right here, which is rather kind of nice and teal and warm kind of tone, I very well know that we can crank up the whole photo much warmer already. I'm gonna crank up a bit more clarity and gonna bunch in some vibrance, something like that. So what I did originally in the edit, I think I kind of brightened up the wheels. Obviously this is way too much, but this is just so I can see where I'm painting with the brush. So I just took a paintbrush here, try and make a semi-neat job. Obviously I don't think I'll be able to recreate one by one the previous edit that I've done, but we're gonna try and get as close as possible. Obviously I think I just brightened up the wheels just that little bit. That's a bit much. Let's do 0.26 and maybe a bit of clarity, something like that. No, it's not much of a change, but it's change nevertheless. So right, so what are we doing now? We're gonna go right click, edit in Adobe Photoshop CC. So this is gonna take a little moment. We're gonna load the image into Adobe Photoshop. Shouldn't actually take that long because I have Photoshop open. As if you watch my videos, you know that I always say, if you know you're gonna be adjusting something in Lightroom and then popping it into the Photoshop, make sure you open Photoshop before you do that, because it just saves a little bit of time. Right, so now we're gonna bring in our sky. Just gonna drag and drop here, and before we do anything with the sky, we're gonna hide this layer just for now. And I don't know how many of you actually noticed, but we managed to get rid of the number plate. So I have no idea how I managed to do that, but I'm gonna try, and we're gonna unlock the layer just in case. So what I did, I literally copied this bottom part of the front grille, and I forgot how this tool is called, but that's the one that you can click and and click and drag and click and drag. Luckily I said this is going to be kind of tutorial, longer kind of ish video. So, and just below the number plate we're going to take this bit here and we're going to hit, what is this tool called? This tool is called Polygon Lasso tool. And we're going to hit Ctrl J. So this is going to copy a piece that we just selected, like so, in a new layer. So we are very much able to put it here. Now we're going to hit Ctrl T and we're going to click Distort. So we can distort this thing slightly. I don't actually know if distort is the one I'm looking for, but yeah, we're gonna make it like this. Now we're gonna go back to free transform and we're gonna make it slightly larger. Maybe you can try skew. Remember that this is gonna be extremely kind of far and it's not gonna have a great detail. So I mean, obviously you're gonna try and do the best job you can here, but just need to remember that there's no way that anyone's gonna notice that, oh, this looks terrible. If no one did, then you know I've done a good job in the first place, because I don't think anyone said anything about the number plate or grill. I think we can do the warp. Something along the lines of this. So now when you're semi-happy, you want to take eraser tool, soft eraser tool, and maybe bring down opacity to about 60 something %. And we need to clean up the rough edges that we've left, because that looks quite bad. Right, something like that. And now we're gonna get rid of the edge here. That was maybe a bit too much, but yeah, you know what I mean. And you're gonna zoom out. Yeah, there's like a double kind of. Which one is it? This one, okay. Can we get rid of this? Oh no, it's this one here. Yeah, it's this one, cool. Can get rid of this, kinda, like so. That's not perfectly perspective, but tada, we got rid of the number plate. Obviously that's not a must, but I think it just looks cleaner and nicer. Right, the layer with the sky. So we want to rasterize the layer, right click, and there should be rasterize somewhere. If you can't find the rasterize, just hit an E for erase tool, try and erase it, and then this Photoshop is going to tell you this is a smart object, needs to be rasterized before you can do anything, and just click OK. Really simple. Now we're gonna bring down opacity of this thing here so we can kind of see through, and we're gonna hit Ctrl T for free transform and roughly look where the horizon is. Right, I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna make sure it's nice and low. Yeah, just about that. Okay, we're gonna chalk up the opacity, and we're gonna kind of brush down here. But before we get to the windows of the car, because that is the key area that we're gonna mess up, we're gonna bring down the opacity again of the image, and we're gonna zoom in, way in. We're gonna make our brush tiny. I'm gonna make sure we're 100% the brush. And we're gonna clean the car, apart from the windows just yet, but we're gonna make sure that the car is clean, that the car doesn't have anything to do with this image that we've dropped on top. And we're literally gonna clean up the car, like so. And again, I have to say that I'm happy that I told you that this is gonna be a longer video, because this really is gonna be a longer video. So, like so, clean up the car, make sure there's nothing on it, because obviously we want to see the car. Oops, just got. Make sure you're kind of close to the edge. Okay, bam, that was a nice, solid, steady hand there. Comes with experience, comes with years. Remember myself using Photoshop the first time. Holy moly, you don't want to see that. But that looks kind of clean. Maybe we could go a bit closer to the edge here. Cool, right. That's the edges kind of done. I can probably do a bit more edge work here. But remember, if you're gonna do too much, you'll see the original background, and that's not what we want. We're gonna zoom in a bit more. I know this looks like an absolute cheese. See, we're going over the edge, so that brings out that kind of white-ish kind of original background glow. Okay, we can bring down the saturation a bit more so we can see car slightly better. And oh, missed the edge big time. That's okay, we're gonna do another pass here. This is my concentrating face. Right all the way down here. Bam! Nailed it. Cool. Right, so, and there's this kind of inside light of the car, the roof inside, around the door. So this is the tricky bit where we're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna make this look kind of believable-ish. And it's funny, you're gonna look at this now and you're gonna be like, damn dude, you can totally tell that this has been erased and photoshopped and all that stuff. But when you looked at the original photo for the very first time, obviously the sky looks maybe a bit much, but like you would not tell that easily that this has been edited like this. And there are probably better ways of doing this. It's just the fact that it's me and I usually use some weird methods of, you know, photoshopping things. So we can roughly see where we can see through the window on the other side. So we're gonna go like so. We're gonna leave everything that you can fully see through the car. We want to leave as last because there's gonna be some witchcraft to do. Nice. Okay, can't really tell where the car ends. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Yeah, nice. And it should be kinda messed up there. Okay, let's do it again. There is definitely an easier way of doing this, which I can't think of right now, but this is the way I did it and it looked fine for me, so we're gonna be good. We're gonna leave that for now. I'm gonna make sure we clean up the car here properly. Alright, okay, so in the driver's window we can't actually see anything, so we can erase the driver's side. Yes, this is a driver's side. Welcome to UK. This is the driver's side. We're gonna clean this completely because we can't actually see through to the other side at all. Well, pretty much at all. And then these bits here are gonna go right. And now I'm gonna bring back the image quite a opacity, and you can see where we messed. That's another good thing. You can have a little go over again. You can see where you've messed up and where you've messed completely. This edge looks a bit dodgy, I'm gonna have to say this time. It looks quite dodgy, but we'll fix that. And now that we can kind of see through, we're gonna bring this opacity down to about 35%. Gonna make much larger brush, and we're gonna try and like brush over, but so that you could kind of still see some of that texture in there, so it actually would look, you know, believable, although this doesn't look believable at all. Yeah, there you go. You look through and it's like, yeah, that's totally, we're looking through the window. And right, make larger size brush. Again, opacity down here. We want to kind of see the edge of the road, but we don't want to see the lampposts. So that's kind of tricky. We're gonna keep erasing slowly here. You see, you can kind of see the lampposts already. Something that we really want to avoid. And we're just gonna delete off here so the car looks cleaner. There we go. The car looks much cleaner, and this edge here is just one big blur, so because that's where it kind of blends together with the speedy horizon. And that's pretty much it. So what you do now, once you've replaced your sky and you're happy, there might be some imperfections, might not look like the original. You want to hit Control S, and Photoshop is gonna save it as a TIFF file, and he's gonna make a copy of the TIFF file in the folder where this image is, and he's gonna bring in the TIFF file into the Lightroom automatically for you. Yeah, just give it a time. 97% for a good moment, 98%, yay. Obviously we're doing many different things, screen recording and editing and all that. Okay, that's been done. We return to Adobe Lightroom and you can see, bam, we got this image here, and now you can kind of do the color matching and all that good stuff. So I think the sky is a bit bright. We're gonna bring down the highlights. However, I don't want it to get kind of grayish, so we're gonna bring it down. We're gonna use Gradual Filters because Gradual Filters are awesome. If you never use Gradual Filters, then they're freaking awesome. So this filter is sitting slightly on the car, so it would match the sky and the car and all that good stuff. We're gonna make this warm. We're gonna push in some clarity. We're gonna make sure that highlights are not blown out. However, we're gonna bring up whites to make it kind of nice and white. It's gonna be blown out, I know. Might be a bit too clarity, however, it's really too kind of dramatic, and I would like to see those blues a little bit more. We go colder. Yeah, I guess we can go colder. We still have some warmth down here, and maybe a little bit saturation increase. Yeah, well, maybe a little bit clarity. Yeah, okay. Now we're gonna take another filter from the opposite side, and obviously the road and everything is kind of cold-ish because the night was kind of gloomy and blue, so we're gonna make sure this is much warmer. So, and maybe a bit more clarity, maybe a bit more whites, because whites are always good. And it's pretty much done. I don't actually know if we would compare this to what I did earlier, how similar they would be. So this is what we've done now, and this is what I've done earlier. However, this is not edited properly. Yeah, you can see the scale of the scale of the sky is slightly different. But there you go. We've just gone from pretty much this to that. This is a long video. Yeah, if you're still watching, thank you very much for watching. Whoever wanted to know how I edited this, it was interesting to shoot. It was interesting to edit. I'm very happy with the result. I'm looking forward the next time we're gonna shoot some cars. Obviously, the situation in the world is rather tricky, especially in UK. We're not allowed to be more than 2 people together out on a street, unless it's essential or you're from the same household. So this is out of question because we need 2 drivers and a guy with the camera here. So we're gonna have to make some home projects and shoot some home stuff to keep us going, to make the videos rolling, because this is really tough, and I hope this is gonna blow over as soon as possible, and I hope you all stay safe and healthy. And that's all from me. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you have any questions, tips for me how to edit this better, you can leave them down below in the description. And yeah, check around for more of my videos, and I'll see you guys in the next one.